Halloween 2022, take one. Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, we are mostly known for our amazing Halloween projects. And this year we have two awesome Halloween projects lined up. So, I'm taking on a project and my dad is taking on a project, which you will see go up on the channel. So my project is going to be a Wendigo. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but it is a big giant mutant deer. So in today's video, we are going to be making its legs. We already have one leg made, so let's get over to the counter and let's get started. Alright. Okay. Alright, so to some of you, if you've been following the channel and pay attention, this might look familiar. This is our skeleton horse/pony that we used to have in our display. Well, as you can tell, it is taken apart. We are going to use the bones for my mutant deer. We had a lot of problems with it this year, and it kept falling over. Its speaker doesn't work anymore, the eyes don't light up, so it's time for a change. We might reuse the head for something, but for right now, we just need this. We just need this part. Okay, so the first things first, I'm gonna mark this bone where I need to cut it. Should have did this the other day, just didn't. Alright, that seems even enough. Like, it's gonna be so heavy, it's gonna bend and distort anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But so this leg is gonna get pushed down here. So now, I'm gonna get out a Dremel and cut it. The last leg we made, you see these, like, you probably can't, but there's little lips inside here for like the plastic lineup. This leg, some reason, does not have them, but the last leg I had to switch to the sand bit, and I would like get rid of that. I'm probably gonna leave it in this time. I don't know. That was anticlimactic. I got a 3/4 inch PVC pipe. I'm gonna cut a 1 foot piece off of it and a 6 inch piece. Alright, there we go. We got our 1 foot, and our 6 inch piece. So now we are gonna put all these parts together. And there's our leg. Alright, so we got our Great Stuff spray foam. And if you watched our last Halloween series, you know we still have a ton of Great Stuff spray foam. So I'm gonna fill this hoof, and then I'm gonna stick this pole in here, make sure the red lines lined up, because that's how I'm measuring, or that's how I'm keeping the seam lined up. Real fast though, I'm gonna tape these so when the foam expands, it doesn't push it apart like that. But we're gonna stick this in like that, fill it with foam, fill this with foam, fill that with, we're gonna fill the whole thing with foam. Alright, so now while that dries, the only other part I'm gonna film is my dad made this hoof. I don't know what deer feet are called. I think it's called a hoof. Out of foam. So we got another one drawn up. I'm gonna try to recreate this in foam. So let time lapse begin. So here we go, we got our deer feet. That's one part of this project, kind of done. So I'm not gonna film the rest of me building the leg. It just gets repetitive. It's just spray foam, stand up, let it dry, spray foam, stand up, let it dry, whatever. But once it's all together, I'll update you on what I did. I'll see you in 2 seconds. Okay guys, so we're back. We got both of our deer legs done. We sanded this off. But so today we are going to be trying to connect it to this. This is from the tail to the neck of the horse skeleton. So on its own, from the tail, it's about as tall as me. It's to my head, where the horse's head would be. So our problem today is we need the legs. The legs used to attach like this. Well, we don't want that. We need it to attach like this. So what we're gonna do is I went outside and got an old skid and I cut 2 pieces of a board off. So what we gotta do is we're gonna put this on here and then drill 2 more holes here so that the legs can go this way. And then, but what our problem is right now is these holes aren't even. So I'm gonna be taking the Dremel and making sure these 4 like bumps and 2 holes are the same height. So I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, so they're not perfect, but they're even enough where when I set this on here, they sit evenly. It's not like that anymore. It's very hard to see that on camera, but yeah. So now I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. Alright, so now we put the boards on here. Now these screws come in, we have 4 rods running through the leg. These rods came with the skeleton horse. These, I can't tell if you can see them, but there's these 2 metal rods, I don't know. So far, the only thing we've added to the horse is PVC pipe and wood. Everything else is stock. But so now that that's like that, we're gonna use the right leg here as an example. This can be turned this way, and this will go on right here. So now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna take this top bone apart. Got it apart, now we're gonna see if we can fit that bracket or whatever it is inside here on that metal. We got it all put together. there's the inside. We put the, I don't know what they're called. Dad! We put 2 toggle bolts in the end of here. And then we ran 2 screws through here. And then these 2 screws, or metal rods, will go through the spine. So now, I'm gonna put this back together. I'm gonna take these out though. Alright, so we got the legs connected to, I guess, the middle portion of the mutant deer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start attaching the arms back onto it. And it's right now probably, what, 7 feet? It's that long. So now I'm going to put the arms on it. Alright, so now when I first took the pony apart, these were attached. When I put this bone back together, they didn't go back together. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to use the metal pieces and put it back on. I'm going to use these pieces and put it back on here. Because we're going to use these like this, because remember, this is going to be up like this. So, I'm going to start doing that. Okay, so after a long time of messing with this rib cage and adding screws and bolts and stuff so that when we fill it with foam, like, I made this so much more sturdy than it was. Like, before I would do this and these bones would flex, what I did is I drilled this hole and I put a nut and bolt through there. And then I did the same thing on this side. So now, when this is full of foam, because we're going to drill holes in these and fill them with foam so that all these bolts and stuff in here don't fall off. But here's our rib cage. So this was our main goal today. I didn't end up showing you guys the neck or the feet because they're just simple, but this is what I'm proud of. I'm really happy with it. It's a little flimsy, but it came out the perfect height I wanted it, and it just was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was a pain. I thought it was going to be. But so yeah, I'll update you guys with the next part, but the next thing we're going to be doing is the arms. Alright, so we're back. We got our mutant deer here. We had it tied up. It's like a foot shorter now. We had an issue. We went away to film some other videos, and both of its feet snapped. I don't know how. Well, I figured the weight was too much for the foam, but it's standing up pretty nicely without them, and they were kind of floppy. So we're just gonna leave these off till later. I'll put them back on for the final thing, but. So in today's video, we are gonna be taking this arm, or front leg, whatever horses or deer's arms are called. And we are gonna be cutting it up like this here. So, let's get started. Okay, so we tied this shoulder to that shoulder and the neck end, so it's angled, and then we spray foamed the joint like we did this side. So now we just gotta wait for that to dry. So I'll update you guys when the arms are done. Alright, we got the arms put on. It's about 7 feet tall. Now we're gonna send you over to my dad. He's gonna weld us up some hands to put on it. And then I'll show you what it looks like with the hands.
What I'm working on for Ryan is making him some wire hands with some nuts and some, I guess that's called rod. So let's get at it. Let's make the wrist joint. So there you go. This one's more like a claw and this one's more like an open hand.
And there it is.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.